Hey everybody, it's Lee from Inflatable Office. Just wanted to take a minute to talk about our websites and why you should use one, really. So with our websites, the reason these are going to be really convenient for you is with using our software, the website's actually going to run itself and allow you to take bookings on your website. So we won't have to send someone off of your page to a separate online booking form. This whole process can be cooked into a website that we can launch for you here. So you're able to use your own web address, which you would purchase separately, maybe at like a site like namecheap.com if you don't already have a website address or a domain name. And the way these sites work is as you're loading in inventory into your Inflatable Office account, that inventory and the categories for it are actually going to populate on your website. Okay, so all these categories here, I didn't have to go through and manually list these. These are just pulling straight out of my Inflatable Office account. So that prevents the work of you having to go in and do double entry work. You've already listed in the software. Now it's just going to show up here automatically. So it's going to map itself out all correctly, and from this category page, when I'm looking at my bounce houses, I can add an item straight into the cart here. Don't even have to go into it. But a customer is able to go ahead and click on this item, and you can see all the info we have here. This is also going to populate it. So it can bring up different pricing scales up here. It can tell the customer different information like sizing or circuits needed. And then it's also going to be able to load in whatever description you've entered for that item. And not only will it show one picture, but if you've loaded in more than one, it's going to be able to display those, and customers can look at a larger view here as well. Now, while they're on this page, you also see we've suggested another item they should book. We can actually make it to where it's displaying the specific items you want to try and upsell depending on what item they're already looking at. So that can be a great sales tool. Mainly on these sites, the reason I suggest them is I always tell customers that your website should be your best salesperson. So whenever you have somebody on Facebook or any other platform, maybe you're emailing them, the goal is usually you want to get them to the website, because on a site like ours that's set up this way, all roads are going to lead towards a booking, or at the very least a point of contact. So even if somebody fills out just a contact us form down here, that's not just going to send out an email to you. That's actually going to create a lead in our program for you to follow up with that as if it's a potential sale. So that's really important. We also have a nice testimonials tool where you can go in and list your testimonials within our program. So maybe you got a good testimonial or review on Google or Facebook, or somebody emailed you privately. Well, I can take that, and without even touching the website, I can list that testimonial in my account with Inflatable Office, and then it's going to show up on the site. So really the way we've designed basically all of our websites is that you should have to touch it as little as possible. Now, one of the other big advantages here is that if I go over to Inflatable Office website, we can take a look at my packages. And one of the big advantages is that we even offer free websites. So the IO Essentials site, you have access for us to launch any of these themes you see here. And when we generate those, just as a test version, before we even launch it, it's going to have your logo, your contact information. It's going to be synced up to all of the inventory in your account from day one. And these are completely free. You can take a look at the themes here. The reason these sites are free is because we're not offering any sort of additional design and development time for custom requests on your site. So for something like that, whether it be today or years from now, you can always go into a paid package like this. For example, the IO Premium. This is going to allow you to have one of those themes created, but we can come in and do 20 hours worth of development on that site. I'll say probably one of the big strong suits of these is that they're going to be very SEO friendly. So a big concern, especially for a new company, is getting listed on Google. Well, the way we've designed these sites, like with the page titles and the content and some things going on behind the scenes, we've actually made them to where they are SEO optimized right off the bat. So you're not going to have to hire a web developer. You're not going to have to design a site yourself. You don't have to be a professional at this just to get one of these sites going. They're very accessible. So just let us know if you have any questions about, maybe what the websites already do or some of the limitations. But just make sure and let us know. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Thanks a lot.